We can start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and I welcome everyone to the program launch of Advanced Certification in Cloud Computing and DevOps by E&ICT IIT Roorkee in collaboration with INTELLIPAAT. And in today's webinar, we'll be talking about why we have come up with this particular program, great initiative, and why cloud computing and DevOps is one of the hottest technologies in the space right now. And we'll be talking about how this particular program is going to go and help you guys in achieving the professional career growth. So let me quickly talk about myself. And I'm Diwakar, and I'm the founder and CEO of INTELLIPAAT. And I come with more than 14 years experience and work with companies like American Express, Mercedes-Benz Research, Pentaho Corporation, and Wipro before founding INTELLIPAAT. And I have been myself a programmer and a technical person, and I was heading the whole technology department at Wipro. And we have been helping on a day-to-day basis more than 200 plus companies across the globe and helping up to create a roadmap for creating the pool of the resources to be trained on the digital skill set. And the same thing which we have been doing so far. And on the same perspective, we have come up with a great program on cloud computing DevOps by E&ICT IIT Roorkee. So let's talk about the agenda. Today we'll be talking about what IIT Roorkee is, what about the the mission and the vision of IIT Roorkee. And there's an academy called as E&ICT IIT Roorkee Academy, and we'll be talking about that. And we'll be talking about why cloud computing and the DevOps, and why these skill sets are so hot in the market, and what are the scope and the career opportunities these fields has to go and talk about. And then we'll be talking about INTELLIPAAT, how we have been doing and what we have been doing so far in terms of career upskilling and the reskilling programs. And then we'll be talking about the program that we are launching right now, and how this particular program has been designed by what are the methodologies, why we have come up with this particular program, and what is something at the end of the day you as a learner will be achieving out of this. And later we'll be talking about the admission process. If you are interested in enrolling the program, what are the key things that we look out in the candidates. And lastly, but not the least, we'll be talking about the questions that you have. So feel free to go and drop up your questions. We'll be there to go and help you out with the queries solution as soon as possible. And we'll be taking up all the questions at the end of the session here. So to start with, we have some of the guests from IIT Roorkee. We have eminent professor Dr. Sanjeev Manas with us, and he'll be talking about IIT Roorkee, the mission, vision, and the achievements done by the IIT Roorkee, as well as he'll be talking about and briefing up about the E&ICT IIT Roorkee Academy in particular, what it's been doing, and how they are helping the professionals across the globe in upskilling their journey towards the career growth. And he comes with a very rich experience in terms of research, teaching methodology, and he has filed multiple patents as well as the research papers. And his area of interest lies in semiconductors, machine learning, cloud computing, IoT, sensors. So without taking much time, I will hand over to Dr. Sanjeev Manas to talk about us. And thank you, sir, for pulling out your time from your busy schedule for giving us, your informative guidance. So over to you, Dr. Sanjeev Manas, sir. You can go ahead from here.
Yeah. So thank you, Diwakar, for the introductions. And let me, at the outset, first of all, welcome all the participants and all the people who have joined for this talk. And welcome also to all my friends and the peers who are on this panel to this particular session. And I look forward a very great and large participation from all the participants who are audience who is there out there nationally and internationally in this particular program. And I'm here to talk about the broad contours of the whole the paradigm or the setup that we have here at IIT Roorkee through this initiative or the special program called EICT Academy, through which we are conducting or we are hosting different types of programs in the areas of emerging technologies, in the electronics and ICT sector in general, with a particular emphasis on latest cutting edge developments in the area of machine learning, AI in general, cloud, as well as 5G communication and other hardware technologies. So our goal here is to deliver quality, industry-oriented, impactful program to enrich, empower professionals from across different domains who seek to enhance their skills or their learning, or seek to upgrade certain new knowledge which is required for them to sort of make their lives in terms of work output, or in terms of work impact greater, because in corporate and otherwise also the world changes so fast that there's always a demand for one to upgrade his or her skills. I would say probably every 10 years. So you have to latch on to something which is technically relevant to your professional area, and that will require some or other form of enhancement. And in the area of science, engineering, and mathematics related domains, where there's lots and lots of demand in cutting edge technologies, in sort of exposing people to what is latest trend in terms of either opportunities or scopes or the application of technologies in these areas, we are conducting these programs. Now, feature of these programs, can I go to the next slide, please? So I'll come to that later. So let me just, for those in the audience who probably are not so much familiar with what IIT Roorkee is, so we are one of the oldest institute. In fact, we are technically oldest institute in Asia. This institute was founded back by Britishers in 1847, and this has seen. I mean, this institute is like witnessing history of India itself in terms of technical education, and it is very renowned in various aspects of science and engineering. And this is an institute which have multiple engineering and science, humanities, management disciplines. We offer bachelor degree, master degree, PhD programs in 55 different disciplines, and of course, then there are many other vocational and other sort of programs where we want to actually also make sure that whatever expertise that we have is delivered, or is at least presented, or at least made available to professionals in general, particularly people who are fresh graduates or people who are coming out of looking for certain upskilling from industry. Okay, and we actually have students also who join us from across different country or across the globe. So right now we have people who are nearly from 50 different countries, and these countries happens not only countries who are neighboring countries, but also countries like Europe and countries like even Canada, USA, along with the African countries. Next slide, please. So here, basically, I mean, if you were to read in what IIT is today, and you want to look at like what impact or sort of highlights of IIT are in terms of academically oriented sort of achievements, you will find that we are actually ranked first among technical citation of the published literature according to US World University Ranking in IITs. We are among top 20 universities worldwide if you look at citation per faculty. So what I'm trying to say is that the technical quality of the work that happens at IIT Roorkee is measured, or is evident from the fact that we get really very large following of our work that we publish. As well as also we are among top 100 in the universities in Asia, as well as we are also among top IITs in India. Okay, next slide, please. So I really wanted to devote some more time about this. So EICT is like a center. I would say, if you want to like just interpret in terms of layman's term, it's a special units or a special sort of center, or we call it academy, because that's how we started off with support from Ministry of Information and Communication Technologies, and we actually have a mandate and vision to empower or to actually upskill or train the all the audience, all the interest holder, or whoever is the participant, provided he has a prerequisite background in areas which are relevant today when it comes to ICT, or when it comes to electronics and ICT, or what you can call is emerging technologies in terms of electronics. Okay, so that primarily boils down to both computer science allied areas as well as electronics and related areas. Particularly, need was felt by Ministry and the Government of India. We are an institute, after all, funded by public payers' money. So there is always an understanding and, of course, appreciation as well as expectation from the institutes in India by the government that they deliver something, or they pitch in, or they contribute where there is a knowledge gap in India in terms of manpower skilling. Okay, and there has always been, and more so today, a lot of sort of need felt that the pace at which technology changes and new innovations that have happened. The manpower in India is really not that strongly trained, or not able to catch up with the pace at which the changes occurs in technology, particularly technology related to AI, machine learning, and allied backbone technologies like you can say communications, or you can say robotics, or you can say any other area which is basically hardware part of the technologies. So in the institute we do it. We have all the professors. We always upgrade our curriculums, and we make sure that whatever is the cutting edge, the latest in terms of industry interest and industry demand, that happens in the UGPG degrees of institute. But what about outside? So there was a need, and that we should have a program in which we focus on delivering the latest sort of in technologies in these areas to wider audience where there is a knowledge gap. So with this sort of philosophy in mind, we started off this initiative. We did a lot of training programs, a lot of upskilling programs, particularly targeted at institutions, faculty members, and also working professionals. So this program is part of that program, in which we are looking at delivering sort of a program which is very industry relevant, which is required as per what is happening today in industry, which is also required if somebody want to do a next level of either a degree or a research. So this program on cloud computing and DevOps is really very unique, and is meant to fill the gap, or is meant to actually address a part of the sort of latest trends, or latest sort of expectation, or sort of requirement from industry. You hear about all the latest cloud computing technologies being offered by the major players like AWS, Azure, and other Google platforms. So you will come to know about these technologies in this program, along with other foundational sort of material or modules that are required for you to learn, in order for you to actually develop a good enough expertise where you can look for opportunities, or you can look for next higher level of sort of academic or research, and really build a foundation for you, where it will actually make sure that if you do this course properly, that it will really increase your confidence, and also open up for you the opportunities which are present in today's market scenario. So that's the overall focus that EICT Academy is doing, and we have been here for almost 4+ years, and we have benefited close to 15,000 people. One of the aspects of this program always has been and will be to keep industry in mind, to keep what is the cutting edge and what is the demand in today's market scenario. So with this in mind, we always specially partner, we always look for people who are somewhat having industry experience and who have worked on these technologies or who are some experts in these technologies to actually help us implement and bring in some practical aspects to the learning, and give, in the case of use cases or in the projects, the participants, let them actually do a hands-on, which is such that it is relevant from practical problem perspective. So that's why we have partnered also with the INTELLIPAAT, and we are having experts from there also to ensure that foundational and theoretical as well as sort of sound technical concepts that you learn from professors here are really recited and really kind of driven sort of home, and you get confidence by doing practical projects with the help of our implementing partners. So that's the role of our industry partner here. And the other thing we want to do is to also ensure that for the same type of program with the same quality of learning as well as same delivery, the programs are not really meant for driving profits. We are not into somebody that we want to create a lot of money from. So we always we always charge the fees which are reasonable for us to somewhat sustain the activity, as well as also able to compensate suitably our industry partner. But then at the same time, we do not like putting money, which is something you will find in other players or other sort of people who are providing similar content. And but the quality is never compromised. So that are the main features that really actually are the hallmark of this program, and I am very sure that by the end of this program you will have similar experience and you will appreciate what we are trying to do, and most importantly it will make some change. It will create an impact where you will feel that this was worthwhile while attending a program. We have all our support team along with also the industry partner. They'll be in continuous touch with you for any other issues, anything related to other aspect other than the technical program. Please do feel free to contact us, and we'll be very happy to address the issues. Next slide. Yeah, so I mean, this is our website. The EICT Academy website is this one, so you can visit anytime and look at what are our different initiatives that we have, various programs, etc. If anybody has any queries, feel free to address. Of course, the program website, this particular program, the Cloud Computing and this DevOps web also is there, and it will take you to course website, and then you'll be able to register and look at the details of the program. Next, please. Next. Yeah. So, am I done? If there are any queries, maybe we can schedule it for later. From my side, it is over to you, Divakar, and Professor Nitish can take over.
Thank you, Professor Manas. It was very informative, and thanks for your time that you have taken up your time from your busy schedule, and great alignment. You have talked about how this particular program is going to help, and definitely the quality is one of the very important piece. That is something is a part of this particular program, and we all want to go and bring up a change in the lives of everyone who take up this course, so that they will be career transition to the next level. So I have another guest speaker. We have Dr. Nitish with us, and he is assistant professor from Computer Science Department at IIT Roorkee. And he comes with a very rich experience in research, as well as doing the teaching pedagogy, as well as he is one of the experts in the cloud computing, and he come with a very great exposure and research he has done on the virtualization, cloud, and all of them. So without taking much time, Dr. Nitish, I hand over to you to take it forward from here. And he'll be talking about how the cloud computing and the DevOps technologies, what are the opportunities lies in the market, and how these domains will be growing in the future. So he'll be talking about all of them. Over to you, Dr. Nitish.
Hi everyone. First of all, thanks for Professor Manas that he has introduced about the course and the scheme as well as the institute in very well manner. And thanks for Divakar that he has introduced me itself. So can you please go on for the next slide? Right. So this is the course about cloud computing and DevOps, right? So it is very interesting and very demanding course from the perspective of industry as well as academia. So cloud computing is in trending since last few decades in continuously. So this is, I mean, highly demanded from the industry perspective, right? So still we can see what is basically cloud. Then we will go why it is important and what about DevOps, right? So first we need to understand what is cloud. So cloud is basically like an elephant is being touched by the 5 blind peoples, right? So let's say one people is touching its tongue and he's defining cloud is like a snack, right? So similarly, that other peoples, those are touching the different parts of the element, they can define the define the elephant in different manner. Similarly, cloud computing has a big domain. Now it is, you can say, very broad domain. So it is covering all the domains like economics, management, computing, database, so many more, big data, so on. So every people which are working, those are working basically in the different domains. Those are defining the cloud in their perspectives, right? So now, why? So question is that why this course you should go for, right? So let me talk. Let me tell you about because the uniqueness of this course is that we have put on very good effort in designing this course. In particular, we have put on a lot of efforts in designing the contents in such a manner so that a beginner can start from the scratch and can go to the top. Top means it is current demand and future demand of this cloud computing and DevOps as well, right? So in this course in particular, we will be beginning from the modules of Python and Linux foundations, right? So in this, we will be giving you an overview about the Python and Linux so that any beginner person can start without any hesitation or without any feeling like he does not have any background knowledge, right? And this course will be basically starting with the one module that is introduction to the cloud and parallel distributed computing, right? So in this cloud computing, we will be discussing about the several definitions, or you can say several standard definitions and visions of cloud computing, and basically we might be discussing about some reference models and deployment models, and we will be also discussing about the historical evolution of the cloud computing, since from parallel computing to cluster computing to you can say distributed computing, then grid computing, then cloud computing, how it is evolved. Then we will also discuss about the future computing like fog computing, mist computing, IoT computing, and many more. Those are all related technologies. So, so for the beginner people, should understand what is basically this cloud. So cloud is basically, you can say it's very hard to define in one particular definition, but let me differentiate this cloud so that you can get an idea of what is cloud and why it is important. So that we can discuss about what is classical computing versus cloud computing. So as you know, in the classical computing, you want some computing services, then you need to buy a set of resources in terms of hardware as well as software. Then you have to pay for some maintenance cost, and as well as you require a set of space for putting those big servers and data centers, so on, right? Then you also have you also know that about Moore's law, and Moore's law says that after 18 months your technology goes outdated. So it includes a lot of depreciation cost. So you can see that industry peoples are now in if they have you can say they do not have regular customers, they may go in deficiency, right? So for that purpose, that cloud computing comes over of this situation. that cloud computing comes with a model, that pay-per-use model. So in the pay-per-use model, you can access the computing services as per your requirement, and you will be paying for what you have used, right? So in this case, that you can derive that how it is possible. So the interesting point is that cloud computing makes the computing services as the utilities. Utility means in terms of you access the services from electricity and water supply, so on, right? So how much you use electricity and that much you pay. So similarly, this was the major, revolution in the cloud computing, that cloud computing makes this computing services as the utility similar to the water and electricity, right? And the important thing is that this cloud is basically based on the parallel and distributed, you can say, paradigms. So this, therefore, for the beginners, we have included one of the module, that's parallel and distributed computing. So in this, we will be covering about the very fundamentals and important concepts. So with the help of these concepts, you can develop new algorithms as well as the new solutions for the upcoming future problems. Because until unless you do not know the fundamentals about the technology, and then you cannot propose the better solution. So it is very important to study about the parallel distributed computing, because nowadays we are going through the parallel computing era. We are not working for the serial computing era anymore, right? Even you can visualize that you are using mobile phones and your even any handheld devices that all are coming in quad-core, octa-cores. They are all based on the parallel computing era, right? So even though this cloud computing also had one of the important objectives, how to give the parallel access to the people and how to parallelize the application in order to minimize the computation time and maximize the speed up of the computation, right? So therefore, it is very prominent to understand the parallel and distributed computing basic concepts and what are these techniques. So in this, we will be covering the several standard laws and few algorithms. We will also looking forward the hands-on. Then we will be looking how one parallel serial applications are deviating in terms of speed up, and how parallel computing is important in which particular domains and where it is not important, even though we will discuss about all that. Further, we will be also studying about the distributed computing architectures. Then we will be evolving the cloud computer architectures with the help of this distributed architectures, so that we will be able to analyze, or we will be able to put a particular relationship between parallel and distributed computing as well as the cloud computing, right? And later on, we have an important module that is called AWS Solution Architecture and Associate Certifications. This is having approximately 23 hours module. It's most of the modules are in the hands-on sessions. So you will be having a broad view of the AWS in terms of you will be able to create virtual machines, utilize the virtual machine. You can put the network among the virtual machines, right? You will be having an idea of auto scalability and elasticity. So you will be having many more to explore once you will join this course. You will get a lot of things in AWS. So nowadays you even know that AWS is the most demanding technology. You can say AWS is the most important service provider. I think it is covering approx 38% market. It is covering 38% market. So it is very important to understand for the industrialist in order to get an overview of the clouds with the hands-on, right? And after that, we will be also discussing about some major issues and challenges for the cloud computing, as well as the interoperabilities and service monitoring kind of requirements, because cloud computing is basically business model, or you can say it is the business computing model. So therefore, we have to take care of the some service monitoring and metering, as well as the service level agreements. So that we will be covering all those with the help of some examples and demonstrations and some case studies as well, right? And after that, if you will see from the technical perspective, resource management and load balancing is the very important requirement in the cloud computing. So therefore, this module will be comprising of several, you can say, management of virtual infrastructures, for example, server consolidation, dynamic resource provisioning, and optimizes resource dynamic configuration, scheduling, and load balancing, so on, right? So in this, we will be studying about several algorithms, and we will be having some hands-on that how these algorithms are going on and how they are impacting in terms of optimizing the computation times and optimizing some other quality of service parameters, right? After that, we will be looking one of the important, you can say, some module that is fault tolerance. Migration is a very, you can say, important concept in the cloud computing because of this. Mobile cloud computing is on the boom. So this is, I mean, nowadays, people through the mobile phones, laptops, tablets, they are able to access the cloud services everywhere, and they are able to fetch similar computation from everywhere. So here, migration and fault tolerance are really important in terms of cloud computing, so that we will be discussing about in the detail with the examples and what types are possible and how it is happens, right? And after that, we have one important module that is called DevOps. So DevOps is now you must be looking for what is this DevOps tools, right? So DevOps, it is not basically tool, it is a one kind of strategy that basically bridges the gap between development team and operation team, because they have a set of conflicts while we are developing any product or any you can say any module. So those can be solved by automatically with the when we work with the DevOps, right? And or it basically optimizes the time in basically in this particular resolving these conflicts. So question is that why we should go for the DevOps? So there are, I mean, several reasons that why DevOps, why this DevOps is very important. You will be looking that it is very easy to learn, so everyone can start to learn this. Moreover, if you are expert in the DevOps, you can get easily job. For example, I will give you my real example before coming to the session. Just I was going through my LinkedIn profile. Then one of my colleagues from IBM has recently launched many positions in the DevOps experts. He's searching many experts, but it is very hard to find the good DevOps experts. So it's a great opportunity for you that you can get this knowledge and expertise for this DevOps, and you can get very easily jobs. And another thing is that it is very fast in terms of releasing and developing the several product modules, right? And there is a lot of career growth when you have expertise in the DevOps, and it also gives you set of it gives you an exploration opportunity for the set of technologies such as like Docker, Kubernetes, Puppet, and you can say Jenkins, so on, right? So there are many more to explore in this particular tool. And further, you can also see that the DevOps people have the high package in terms of their salaries, right? So you can go, so it's again a fundamental requirement for an industrialist or job seekers, right? So it is a great opportunity that you can go for that, and you can get good packages, right? And similarly, you can also see that you can visualize the software development life cycle from 360-degree angles, so that you can explore more about this SDLC. And there is a very low software failures in the DevOps. And most important thing is that you can differentiate yourself from the other kind of developers, and you can be basically a prominent entity for your company wherever you are working. So there are many more advantages when you go for the DevOps tool. So we have a huge module, approximately 7 hours module for this DevOps. Then you can go, you can be expert sufficient enough to get a good employment from a reputed industries or companies, right? So further, we also have one cloud security modules in which, as you know, that cloud security is becoming very challenging day by day, because data is moving towards the cloud. So therefore, hackers are also looking forward to get some information like transactions or maybe accounts or maybe some personal for some other purposes, right? So therefore, cloud security is becoming very challenging, and because whole industry is being shifting to the cloud. So therefore, sometime we have to also provide the confidence among the users so that they can access the cloud services. So that we have different kind of, I mean, studies in the security modules. Maybe Professor Dr. Devki Nandan Jha will take this module in very different way. He will also discuss about the classical security technologies as well as trust, reputations, and risk, and some trusted computing and other different modules which are highly demanding through the which are highly demanding around the globe from the industry as well as academia perspective, right? And one of the important module of this cloud computing is basically virtualization. Virtualization is referred as the backbone for this, cloud computing, because this virtualization is very responsible to to offer this computing services as the utilities, right? So this is possible due to the virtualization. So in this virtualization, we will cover up set of concepts, for example, types of virtualization, definitions, and hypervisors, and basically some containers, and maybe for Dockers, and some this important concept will be covered up. At the end, we will also be discussed about the virtual machines and containers and unikernels and network function virtualizers. And so we will be also study about how they are differentiated and how they are related together, right? And in the later stage, we will be also looking forward to some cloud computing open platforms as well as big data systems and future trends in the cloud computing or some emerging technologies which are becoming the part of this cloud computing, right? So for example, we will be covering about OpenStack, Google App Engine, MapReduce, and other emerging computing technologies such as green cloud, mobile cloud computing, sometimes you can say fog, mist. These are the new trends due to the IoT. We will also discuss about the how IoT is requiring fog computing, mist computing, or cloud computing. We will also discuss about the edge computing, and we will discuss about the most important, you can say, connecting architecture that is called software-defined networking architecture. So we will be looking forward how these all different technologies are connecting together and they are meeting a particular objective, right? Or you can say they are how they are trending this future of the computing towards a different, you can say, angle, right? So that we will be looking in this all about course. In the brief, I will be saying that this course make you the expert in the cloud computing when you will go through it, because we have taken such modules so that you can get a scratch to the top. What is going through this and what is going from scratch to the top in this cloud computing domain, or it will be really help you in meeting your objectives of industry for the development and as well as your knowledge enhancement. So it will be the right opportunity that and we will try our best to deliver these all contents in best effort manner without compromising any quality of education, right? So it is over from my side, Mr. Devakar.
Thank you, Dr. Nitish. It's wonderful, great insights about how detailed depth has been put in terms of conceptualizing the whole curriculum, starting considering that everyone and anyone who is coming from a technology background or not, everyone has something to go and learn from this course, and there is no prerequisite required. And a lot of algorithms, a lot of technology depth, architecture will be covered, and a hands-on practical exposure will be provided. So such a great thought process has been built up to create up this course. So definitely a lot of career growth opportunities are present in this course. So I'll take it forward from here and I'll move to the next one. So let me give a brief about what Intellipaat is and what we do. So we have been in the industry from the last 2011, and we are the leading edtech provider, and we have more than 150 plus courses on our platform across more than 18 plus categories. To name it, like data science, cloud computing, machine learning, AI. We have programming, we have product management, project management, digital marketing, and a lot more. And we have more than 6 lakhs learners learning on our platform from 55 plus countries. And we have lot of delivery that is we do is from the subject matter experts from the industry, and these are the people who are working and come with more than 8+ years experience, and they provide their real-time exposure as well as the project work and assignment that we're going to do are completely in line with the industry, what is required by the employers. And along with that, we provide 24/7 dedicated technical support as well as the career services. So the people who are looking out for the job, or they need a help, or they need themselves to be up and running with the respective career transition process, we will be there to go and always help them. So we started with a very simple mission almost in 2011, where we wanted to go and democratize the education, as we believe that education is the one where everyone has a right to get a right quality education at an affordable price. And having said that, we both the companies like Intellipaat and the E&ICT Academy, IIT Roorkee, as Professor Mana said, they are not into a profit-making organization. It's more about the quality delivery. It's more about how we go and transition the life of a particular person and how we impact the lives of people. That is the major objective that we go and focus on. And let's moving forward from here. And along with that, we have more than 1 lakh, we have more than 1 million YouTube subscribers, and which are getting the free learning content delivery happening from more than 2,000+ professionals, as well as the people are consuming the content from more than 150+ countries. And the kind of the love and the people have talked about the kind of quality that we give free of cost, that help us and motivates us to want to provide more quality education free of cost to the people to learn. So having said that, let's move ahead. This particular program, and at the end of the course, you will be getting a course completion certificate by E&ICT IIT Roorkee. And this is basically an advanced certification. And as part of this particular course, you will be working on a lot of real-time practical exercises, assignments, project work, and there'll be a capstone project will be provided, which will be connecting the dots for different tools and technologies that you have learned as part of this program. Along with that, you will be getting a one-on-one with the mentorship from the industry experts, as well as you will be getting a dedicated learning manager who will be always your buddy to go and help you out to get into any of the doubt clearance sessions, or you can get any help from the person very, very fast. Now, let's move forward. I have Dr. Devki Nandan, and he is again an eminent professor from IIT Roorkee. He has done his postdoctoral research associate, and he is at the University of Oxford. And he comes with more than 9 years experience in teaching in the research field. And he has a lot of exposure on the cloud computing environment, containerization, DevOps tools and technologies, and machine learning. So without taking much time, over to you, Dr. Devki Nandan.
Thank you, Mr. Dibakar. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Sanjeev, Dr. Nitesh, and all our organizers for organizing this nice course. As we all heard from Dr. Nitesh, that he explained the basic architecture and the course material, what someone is going to get by taking this course. I just want to give a little bit more. So the thing is, when we talk about cloud computing as a course, we are considering huge aspects of techniques and knowledge required to utilize the services offered by the cloud computing. Currently, there are more than 265 cloud service providers available in the market, offering more than 120 varieties of predefined configurations in more than 50 different data center locations distributed all across the globe. Now, big giant companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Alibaba, they are the ones who are providing these services. They have data centers with each data center containing more than 1 million servers arranged in a kind of very specific packed environment or packed manner. Questions comes in our mind is, how do we get our service, or how do they provide services only to us in the desired manner? The most common way is using the virtualization that Dr. Nitesh already explained, that virtualization is the most common way. But when they provide virtualization, then the resources are like distributed or bifurcated in the format of virtual machines, which are kind of heavyweight, and that also depends on the underlying environment. Especially if we want to kind of transit from one server to another server, it may take time because the size of virtual machine is quite heavy. Then there are some other techniques evolved or deployed, such as like containerization. Docker is one of the most common example of containerization. So using Docker, we can create our own kind of infrastructure or platform environment that can be easily ported from one server or one location to other location without requiring any of the changes. In this course, we will learn a lot of details about how to create like kind of virtual machine, what are the advantages of virtual machine, then moving to the containerization, how do we consider the Docker, what are the advantages of Docker, how Docker is different from any virtual machine. So these are one of the basic aspects that we will learn in this course. Although there are a lot of development happened in cloud, there is still a lot of things to do. Many companies still working on like kind of their own server, which is good, but they have a lot of utilization issues. They have sometimes server breakdown or some other kind of issues, so they want to move to cloud, but they feel there are some kind of hindrance in terms of like service mapping, in terms of security. So security is also considered to be one of the major challenges for moving from like their local infrastructure based environment to the public or hybrid cloud based environment. Because sending our data, we actually lose our control, making it vulnerable for in many ways. There are a lot of solutions also available in terms of like such as antivirus or anti-worms. These are considered as a software-based solution. In addition to this, there are some hardware-based solutions such as trusted platform module or software guard extensions. But all of these solutions are not actually available, like directly available in the public cloud environment. So these things need to be added, although they provide some of the kind of environment, but those are not actually utilized by these cloud service provider or by the current available solution. So these things need to be done, and who are the one who is going to do? So by doing this course, you will learn how to actually do these kind of things. Especially when we talk about industry, they all move from like a normal development environment to a DevOps environment where they can like easily test before actually like making the production environment, and then again they can move back to the development environment without affecting the actual previously developed previously developed version of the product. Especially using a cloud environment, it makes very easy because they can create a new version without even affecting the old version, especially using this Docker container, or when they have multiple servers collated together or combined together, then they can also consider something like Docker Swarm or Kubernetes. Although now Kubernetes are not only considering Docker, they are also considering numerous other kind of virtual machines, numerous other kind of containers. Yeah, can we go to next slide, please? Using this course, there are a lot of opportunities available, not only in India, but also in overseas. You can easily be hired as a kind of cloud architect or cloud engineer, and there is a huge demand for these kind of advanced people. And by doing this course, I'm sure you will be able to apply for these kind of positions, and you have very good chance of getting hired anywhere in the world, because there are a lot of there is a lack of a good candidate with this kind of deep knowledge that you can easily gain by attending this kind of course. And yeah, forward to Divakar, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Niti. And thanks for enlightening us about the kind of roles and the responsibilities a person do in the DevOps methodology. And talking about the definitely a bigger piece, there's a lack of huge number of people available in this particular domain, and which is one of the important thing that we are trying to go and bring it up here in this particular course to go and fulfill the gap right now in the industry where the demand is. And from this particular course, we'll be having a supply of those kind of skill set to be provided to the students, and they will be filling up those gaps. So now moving forward to the next one, we have a lot of people working backend, and they are making a lot of effort to make this particular program from a conceptual to reality. And I would like to call out the names. So we have a program management team, and we have Mr. Pratik Sharma, and he is a program manager from E&ICT Academy, IIT Roorkee. And we have Shiv Kumar, who is a program manager from Intellipaat. And I'll ask Shiv to go and take it forward from here. And it's great interacting with you guys. And we'll be here. So Shiv will go and take forward the session moving forward from now. So over to you, Shiv.
Sure. Thank you so much, Divakar, for letting me in. And hello, a very good evening to all of our viewers today who are watching us live on YouTube. So it was an amazing session so far. All the insights that we have got from our esteemed panel today, it was really, really helpful. So I would like to talk more about this program. I can see a lot of people are asking questions that who are exactly eligible for this program. So if you can see our screen here, so all the people who are having their bachelor's degree and they are interested to get themselves upskilled in the cloud and DevOps domain, they are all eligible for this particular program that we have collaborated together. So all the professionals who are looking forward to have a career in the cloud architecture domain, they want to build themselves a better and a better future in this particular domain, they all are welcome to take up this particular program. So those who are having a bachelor's degree in IT field and they want to transition also, in case if they are currently working in a different domain, but still they are very, very, very interested to move into the cloud computing domain, they are completely eligible to go ahead and take up this particular program that we have designed. And as the insights being given by the esteemed panel today, you must have seen what all opportunities are there. And since the entire world is now moving towards the cloud computing domain, right now, I believe this is a very, very important time wherein all of us can go ahead and move towards this particular domain by learning from the basics to the advanced part, and it can help you in your career as well as product managers, program managers who wish to upskill themselves in the DevOps and the cloud domain. They are also welcome to go ahead and take up the program. Plus, a lot of people who are working as software developers in the IT sector, they can also learn how to use the cloud computing applications. If they want to build platforms or they want to build cloud computing applications, they can take up this particular program that we have collaborated, designed together, and they can also go ahead and have their own career in this particular domain. Now, moving ahead, I would like to talk more about the key features that we have for this particular program. This course has been designed, and it's 7 months of live classes that we are providing, wherein the classes would be taken by the IIT Roorkee Professors, as well as industry experts would also be coming in and helping us out in learning the key skills which are required in the cloud computing domain. So 7 months of live classes is what we are going to provide. And along with that, we are also helping you with 24/7 support facility, which will be provided by Intellipaat. So it's very, very obvious that if you are learning something new, you would be stuck somewhere, you would be having doubts, you'd be having queries. So need not to worry about, first thing first, this is a live session training that we provide. And you can speak to the esteemed professors from IIT Roorkee, and the industry experts, and you can get all your queries sorted out then and there in the classroom sessions itself. Along with that, when you are doing your own self-study, if you are having a doubt, if you are having a query, you can reach out to Intellipaat support 24/7. They are available and they can help you out with all your queries. They are reachable with telephone, with email, with their LMS that they provide, and they are ready to help you out with all your queries and all your doubts. Along with that, it's very, very crucial and very, very important that whatever you learn, you should also be able to deploy the same in a real-time environment. To make sure of that, we provide you 20 plus real-time industry projects in this particular program and 30 plus case studies. All these has been curated with the help of professors from IIT Roorkee as well as industry experts. So these 20 plus real-time industry projects as well as the 30 plus case studies that we provide is what is going to help you not only gain the theoretical knowledge, but also to have the practical exposure, which can help you to deploy the same in a real-time environment. The best part about the program is that not only you would be learning, you would be also be able to deploy the same, but also you would be certified by E&ICT Academy, IIT Roorkee, and it's an industry recognized certification, worldwide recognized institute. IIT Roorkee is very, very prominent in this particular domain. Along with that, career services are also being provided by Intellipaat. We'll talk more about what all career services are being provided by them. And can we move to the next slide, please? Thank you. So best-in-class career support by Intellipaat is what they are providing here. And what they are going to do is that they're going to help you with all the learners. They're going to provide a dedicated learning manager. These learning managers will help you to get mentored by experts. They will also help you with personalized feedback on your performance throughout the training. And whenever you are having any kind of doubt, any clarity if you want, they would be also helping you with all your doubts in no time. Also, they are going to help you with 3 guaranteed job interviews, because this domain is very, very promising right now, and you can they have got more than 500 plus hiring partners. After the preparation, after the completion of the program, they will help you with minimum 3 guaranteed job interviews. They will also help you to prepare for mock interviews with experts in this field. Along with that, in the career services provided by Intellipaat, you would also be having personalized industry mentor. Your mentor's guidance will help you to get you ready for the dream job. Along with that, a major challenge that generally we face in this particular domain, wherein we need some help for creating a world-class resume. We need help to build our resume. We need help to build our LinkedIn profile as well. So the career support services wherein Intellipaat is providing, their team is also going to help you to create and to put together a very concise world-class resume, as well as they will also help you with LinkedIn profile creation as well. So these are the key features which are being provided in the career support, in the career services of Intellipaat. Now, who all are going to teach you, who all are the instructors, who all are our mentors? We can see Dr. Nitesh Kumar, Dr. Devkinandan Jha, Dr. Sanjeev Manas, Muthuswamy Manigandan. All these are involved in curating the particular program to help someone to start from the scratch and learn the advanced and the critical parts of this particular cloud computing domain, which can help you not only to learn properly, not only to gain the expertise, but also to help you land a job and have a sustainable career in this particular domain. So I can see many of you are asking questions about admission processes already. So here's the process involved here. What you need to do is that you need to visit the website link, which is there in the description box, as well as in the chat box here. You can submit the application there, wherein you need to tell us a bit about yourself and why you want to join the program. Then that would be again viewed by our admission panel. Then they will be shortlisting the candidates based on the application. So once the application review is done, you would be notified within a week or two, and then we can go ahead and you can go ahead and join the particular program. If you have more questions, feel free to write down your questions in the chat box here. We would be addressing to all your questions as well. You can also visit E&ICT IIT Roorkee website, as well as the E&ICT IIT Roorkee course page of advanced certification in cloud computing, which is mentioned in the description box here. In case if you want to reach out to us, if you want to speak to us directly, here is the number on your screen right now, 7022374614, wherein you can reach out to us and speak to the senior course advisors available at Intellipaat, who will be helping you to understand more about the particular program and how you can take it forward. So please write down your questions in the questions box. All right, so I have already got some questions that we can address right now. So here's a question which says, I am from a non-technical background. Can I start a career in this domain? Okay, so Divakar sir, would you be able to go ahead and answer this question for our learner? The question is, I'm from a non-technical background. Can I start a career in this domain?
Yes, definitely. When we started and created this program, we make sure that any person who wants to go and build up a career, he comes with a zero experience, and that is the reason in the very beginning we have a preparatory course module has been put up where we are teaching you the Python and the basic Linux, which is very important for you to go and make yourself comfortable with the tools, because some of the tools are being installed on the Linux, and many of the tools will require a basic understanding on the programming. So this particular program will go and definitely start from the very scratch, teaches you what is really required, and then we get into from a step by step from the very basic level of knowledge towards the advanced level of knowledge. Will be we go and keep progressing in the course.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. So we have got one more question. It is what kind of projects are being covered during this training? So Professor Nitish, if you can go ahead and take up this question. People are interested to understand and know what type of projects also, what kind of hands-on we will be doing in the program.
Right. In this course, basically we will be we will be putting first hands-on basically on applications, or you can say uses of Amazon EC2. And later on, we will also giving you a hands-on on the DevOps 2 application of the several tools that we discussed, Puppets and Kubernetes, Dockers. So you will get an Docker. You can create your own image. You can develop your application over the web. Similarly, you will be having different kinds of project from the different kinds of domains, right? If you're studying for the virtual module, you will be having a separate sub-project from the Dockerization, or you can say containerization, or you can say Docker or Kubernetes, or if you're studying, let's say, some load balancing, or you can say module, then you will be having a project from resource provisioning, load balancing, and task building problem, so on. So similarly, we will be having different projects from the perspective of different units or different modules of this course, so that we will be floating to you all. Or for the perspective of, from the perspective of hands-on, you will be having a almost all the concept of whatever have been taught in the theory in AWS as well as DevOps. You will be getting all hands-on, and similarly based on the class performance, several projects will be developed based on class performance as well as responses which are received from the students, right? So as per the understanding of the students, several projects will be designed. From the one of the unit, that's the parallel and distributed computing, we shall look for a development of the parallel applications for the cloud as well as Dockers, so that you will be getting hands-on over that, and you will be getting a practical experience.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for answering that question for our viewers. One more question that we have got is that people are, very keen to understand, because if there are many people who are already working in a different domain. Some are doing engineering in a different field. Some are doing, some are working as a software developers. I see many people are asking this question: if they want to make a transition in the cloud computing domain, in the cloud architecture domain, can they look for a sustainable career in this particular domain? So I would like to address this question to Dr. Devkinandan Jha. If you can please go ahead and answer this question for our viewers.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to pursue your career towards like cloud architect, there are a lot of numerous jobs available in India and overseas. You can easily get the job. Just you have to dedicate yourself. You have to learn some things. If you are good in kind of programming with Python and all, because we need programming. especially for cloud. If you have to work in cloud, you need to be, even if you are unaware about programming, but you can easily learn. Nowadays there are a lot of environment available, and especially in our course also, they will tell you what you have to do and how you have to do. And if you focus for the whole course, not just the course, but also kind of your own self study, I'm sure you can easily find a good job.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for answering this question. Thanks a lot. So I've got one more question which says, how will we get support if we have any doubts or any problem while working on your projects? I would like to answer this question. As I mentioned previously, you can reach out to Intellipaat support team whenever you are having any kind of doubt or any queries. But this particular program is a live program which is being provided by E&ICT Academy, IIT Roorkee, wherein professors would be available teaching, giving the learning to you live on weekends. So herein you can speak to them and clear all your queries then and there. But yes, if you are having a query, if you are having a doubt later on, you can reach out to Intellipaat support as well, and they can also help you to clear and get all your queries sorted out then and there. Now, I have got a question about the certification being provided by E&ICT Academy, IIT Roorkee. Will this be valid globally, or how it is? I would like to address this question to Dr. Sanjeev, sir. If you can go ahead and answer this question for our viewers.
Yeah, so the question is about the valid, the certificate.
Yeah, people would.
No, the certificate that we give is the certificate. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so this certificate will be recognized by definitely within India, the IIT Roorkee by its own brand name. The certificate is immediately recognized or immediately understood that this is the institute which is giving the certificate. For people who wish to kind of use this certificate, let's say abroad, they will also be able to get recognition of this certificate, because this certificate reference is available on EICT Academy IIT Roorkee website. So any cross verification or any certification of the certificate itself will be kind of available through the EICT Academy portal, and the recognition of the certificate will then be sort of automatically obtained. However, if somebody wants us to write an email to somebody that whether this certificate is issued by you and whether this participant is so and so, we will also be happy to do that. So I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you so much. That was really great to hear that it is available worldwide, and as well as we can go ahead and write down an email as well. So we have got one more question. One of the learners, they want to understand if going through this particular program, if they can implement this in the cloud environment. So can we can some people who are looking forward to implement any app or any tool in the cloud environment, if they can also go through this particular program and learn? So Dr. Nitish sir, if you can go ahead and answer this question for our viewer.
Yes, of course, this program will definitely help you if you are working on some application you want to implement in the cloud as well, because it will cover the AWS, but it depends on which platform you are using. But however, we will give you that very fundamental idea that how to use the different services from the cloud, because this cloud course will be covering the AWS majorly and DevOps, so that if you're working in similar domain, then you will be definitely getting you can say advantages. However, if you're not working, let's say AWS, you're working some other platform, still you will get many things which are very intersecting between Azure and cloud and IBM cloud, and you can say AWS cloud and Google cloud, whatever. So you will definitely get many ideas that how to use the different cloud services and how to deploy these several applications, because fundamentals are not going to be changed. However, there's several clicking functions will be changing. It depends on the service provider to service provider. So still that concepts they will definitely help you whenever you are deploying any of the application over the cloud service. So,
all right, sir. Thank you so much for answering this question for our viewer. So I can see there are multiple more questions, which is again very, very similar to the questions that has been answered so far. Like they want to know more about the support being provided by Intellipaat and when are the classes happening on the weekend. So to all our viewers, you can go ahead and please check the description box wherein we have mentioned the website links for both E&ICT IIT Roorkee page, wherein you can go ahead and check how exactly this training is going to happen. Also on the screen, you can see the numbers as well as the email addresses, wherein you can reach out to us or you can visit the website to know more about the program and how it can help you. So over to you, Diwakar sir, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Shiv. And I think that was a great session and a lot of informative content and ideas has been thrown, and a lot of things has been passed about the IIT Roorkee E&ICT Academy, a great initiative and objective that these guys have, and a lot of insights about the program, the curriculum, the support, what is something we go and help the people in terms of the career transition. So I thanks everyone and thanks all the viewers who are watching us, and looking forward to you guys in the class, and looking forward for any kind of queries you have. We will be there to go and help you out with respect to your doubt clearance, as well as any doubts or insights that you want to go and get in the cloud computing field, in the DevOps field. We'll be there to go and help you out. And thanks again to our eminent speakers, Dr. Manas, Dr. Ritesh, Dr. Devkinandan Jao, and thanks Shiv, and thanks Mr. Pratik for making up this session a great one. Thank you everyone, and have a wonderful evening ahead. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
thank you all of you.
Thank you everyone, and we look forward all of you to join again us in the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All of you. Good night.
Bye-bye.